Today's gospel invites us to reflect on the motivations for our actions. Do we care more about our image or our message? Self-advertisement or the hidden holy life? This calling attention to oneself or emphasis on looking good is highlighted in this passage from the Gospel of Mark, which reads, "Beware of the scribes who like to go around in long robes and accept greetings in the marketplaces, seats and places of great honor." Do you know of people like this in this modern age? Too many to count? Or perhaps it is also a reminder of our own behavior. Do we also behave like the scribes? Do I think too much about what others think of me? We are reminded today that Jesus cares very little about these empty and hypocritical appearances. And He cares more about our hearts and its readiness to give generously. One stellar example of this is Ana Patricia Non, who sparked kindness through the Maginhawa Community Pantry in the early months of 2021. I'm sure most of us remember these images of her setting up an unassuming bamboo cart with basic groceries and fresh produce, and an unassuming cardboard sign that said, "Magbigay ayon sa kakayahan, kumuha batay sa pangangailangan." This might not have been significant from the point of view of quantity, but what she lacked financially, she compensated by uniting people for a great cause, by mobilizing people to copy her good example. It is apparent in the photos that she cared little about her image or what other people had to say about her, but she focused on her message, which is to give what we can while we can, and hopefully through this ripple effect, inspire other people to do the same. She also reminds us that the poor are never too poor to give, and that the rich are never too rich to receive. Now, while the scribes contributed from their surplus wealth, the poor widow contributed all that she had, her whole livelihood. The widow's example now invites us to reflect whether we give out of excess, surplus, or abundance, or do we give out of true generosity, love, and sacrifice. And we're not just talking about wealth or money or treasure here. This also includes our talents and our time. This reminds me of our second heroine from this year 2021, Heidelin Diaz. Despite her 3-time participation in the Olympics prior to the 2021 Tokyo Olympics, even bagging a silver in the Rio competition, truthfully, we didn't take much serious interest in her performances, if not for her bagging the very first gold medal for the Philippines. But her journey towards that gold medal was not an easy one. I'm sure most of us know that she had limited resources and limited time to train for the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. As you can see here in the photos, she had to make do with homemade barbells made of bamboo sticks and water bottles, plastic pipes, and concrete weights. She transformed even her backyard into a home gym. And a few of us know that while she was in Malaysia, she was also separated from her family for around 2 years. She made so many sacrifices for us, and at some point, she even took to social media to ask for financial support. Heidelin's great sacrifice for our country and inspiring dedication, focus, and work reminds me so much of our widow in the gospel today. While the widow contributed all that she had for the upkeep of the temple, Heidelin contributed all that she had, her time, her talent, and treasure for the upliftment of our country and of the Filipino people. Much of these women's lives and motivations are unknown to most of us, but it is known to God. Today's gospel reminds us of what Jesus measures as success in the kingdom of God. And so today, let us reflect on these two questions. Number one, do you care more about image or your message? And when you give, do you give from surplus or do you give from self-sacrifice? This has been Yumi Wada. Thank you for listening and have a blessed day.